The issue that we're dealing with, as Phil mentions, terrorism. If someone comes out and says Charlie Kirk got what's coming and people should do more to the rest of them, which they're saying all over the place, and they have lists with my name on it, for instance. Ian, you're correct. You've brought it up before. That's not an imminent threat. That's free speech, right?
Technically.
It's literal. You are allowed to say that people are deserving of death and that someone should do it or whatever, as long as you don't say you, at this time, go do thing. There has to be a direct and imminent threat created for it to cross the line. You are legally allowed to yell fire in a crowded theater. That is a myth. Here's the point I'm making. They should be arrested. Why? Well, I put it like this. It is wise to tell someone, don't take a bucket full of water and throw it on your kitchen floor. Right?
Yes.
Okay, except when there's a fire.
Correct.
And that's the problem we're dealing with. We sit here standing in a burning house as they have literally murdered Charlie Kirk. And then they are saying, let us keep waving the death of a conservative in your face so you are too scared to go out. So you will never vote for Trump again. So you will learn your lesson. That's what Destiny said on Piers Morgan's show. Learn your lesson, conservatives. Stop speaking your mind. Stop doing events. And maybe then they will decide to stop killing your friends. Now, so far, unfortunately, there's only been a small handful of our friends that have died. And that's because it's not just Charlie Kirk, though he is the most high profile. Everybody remembers Aaron Danielson, who was friends to many conservatives. And he was walking down the street in Portland when Michael Reinl put 2 bullets in his chest. And the statement from Destiny was very clear. You shouldn't have voted for Donald Trump then, because the left will murder you. So we get the message. We get the message. And now, when these people go online in their stochastic, terroristic fashion and say, y'all deserve what's coming next, and we're watching you. And so I'll be completely honest with everybody. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on, complete transparency. With great respect and honor that I have been invited to Arizona this Sunday. And it means a lot to me that the team over there considers this. And I apologize if I shouldn't be talking about this, but it needs to be said. I do not feel that we can have the security to go. And that was the intention of these terrorists. And it is terror explicitly stating that I cannot go to this funeral because they can secure the event, and I'm sure it will be. The president will be there, but they can't secure the airports. They can't secure the buses. They can't secure the roads. And it is in Arizona where it takes one crackpot. And so this is the conversation I've been having for the past several hours. And I probably shouldn't talk about it in the show, but it needs to be said. When they go on TikTok and say things like, more people are going to die and you deserve it, it is the intended terrorism. And how do we deal with it? We let people speak freely because of the First Amendment? Well, sometimes it is okay to dump water into your home because you're not concerned about the water damage anymore. You're concerned about your home burning down. And when I am living in a reality where people are going online and posting a list of names saying next, that's a death threat. But I'm supposed to be told under the current Supreme Court rulings that this is protected free speech because I didn't actually articulate anything.
You know what?
So what do we do as a country? Sorry, real quick. When we are living in a society, we are living in a system where prominent social media platforms will allow a prominent streamer with millions of followers to go out and say, if you didn't want your friend dead, you shouldn't have voted for Trump. I got the message loud and clear, brother. I got it loud and clear. Maybe now Donald Trump, Pam Bondi, whoever else needs to say, if you are speaking terror with the intention to destroy people's lives and make them live in fear so that they will not express their political opinion, this is overt terror. And you know what the argument is? After Charlie Kirk is dead, we are in a very dangerous spot because this is always how authoritarian structures come to rise. We are in an untenable situation that they have created intentionally because it is my opinion that the left wants a civil war so they can destroy the Constitution. It's the only way to get rid of that piece of paper, which is tattered to shreds but still offers tremendous protection. And in fact, our gun rights have expanded tremendously since its inception, as has our free speech. But they have put us in a position where they are going online and they are saying, hey, remember when we killed your friend? You're next. That's free speech. That's free speech because they're saying it in clever ways. So I'll put it like this, the very simple analogy. 2 people are standing on a street corner. One person screams, Nazis should be killed. It's free speech. The next person points at you and says, hey, everyone, that's the Nazi. Also free speech. Together, those statement is, go kill that guy, which would violate the law. However, because they split it up between 2 people, we have to tolerate that they're calling for our deaths, killing our friends, threatening our lives, and making it impossible for me to go to a funeral.
And we're in an age of amplification of the common man. Before, in the 90s, there's no way you could get a terroristic threat out. You'd have to take over a news station. There's like TV shows about guys breaking. Now, any idiot can pick up their phone and make some veiled threat. And so we need to basically social. The government is good at using force. We're good at using diplomacy as civilians. And we have in letting employers know if you have employees that are celebrating murder and implying that they would like to see more, they are going to get fired from their jobs. They're not welcome in civil society. That's one way to fight back against it in the modern age with this. But the tools, there's so many people that don't understand the power of the amplification of putting a message online right now that are getting wrapped into this.
We decided today we will be doing our Culture War live events.
Oh, based. Nice.
We will. The university events we will not do because they are going online right now saying that I should die and they will kill me. And they're doing it in ways where when we talk to law enforcement can't do anything about it, nor can we sue them, nor will the social media platforms take this stuff down. Because publishing a list of names is free speech.
Well,
but you know why they're doing it. And so I will tell you guys in all seriousness, we do not discuss for security reasons, for the most part, the issues that we deal with, only some. And I feel like the conversation I'm having behind the scenes, literally 10 minutes before the show starts is, how am I supposed to fly to this city with all of these posts online saying they're going to kill me? But they're not doing it explicitly. They're not saying, Mr. Poole, we will find you and you will be, and we'll murder you. They're just saying, watch your neck. That's free speech. They're saying, I live in this city. Hope to see you soon.
You might make an argument if someone, because it's about intention there. If they're terrorizing you, if they like Charlie got shot in the neck and then they say, watch your neck, there's definite intention.
And that is the point about throwing water on your kitchen floor.
So check this out.
So the point real quick is that by all legal standards, saying watch your neck is First Amendment protected speech. You've made the argument that we could now interpret that as a death threat. That is the line. And that is the fear. When the government decides to interpret what is legally clear free speech as a death threat because of context is when we enter Phil's territory of it is no longer free speech, it is terrorism. And that is a scary thought to me. That this country has come to a point where you can say something that 5 years ago was an expression of opinion, but in the modern context of assassination and political violence is intended to terrorize and destroy and ruin lives. Now the only solution is we arrest or file civil charges or bring charges against people who are speaking out terroristic threats. Yeah. Let me ask you guys. These are clearly terroristic threats, are they not?
Well, it's about intention. Some of them, maybe. Some people might just be parroting.
So let's try this. When someone says something like Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, Tim Poole, Michael Knowles, hope to see you soon, winky emoji, and a trans flag.
It depends on who said it, where they said it.
That's indeed. But you know what they mean, right?
Totally.
And so when does it become terrorism?
When does it become an explicit threat? It needs to be an explicit call for violence.
And that means we will live under their boot where Destiny can go on Piers Morgan and say that implicitly you will be murdered by them and you know it. And they can threaten your life directly to your face. But they can say it in a way where you will never do anything about it.
Totally. They're taking advantage of free speech. Yes.
And that means the only outcome is regular people are being told right now. Charlie Kirk was a moderate and they killed him. And the message is clear when Destiny goes on Piers Morgan. The message is clear when they make these posts to all of those who deviated and dared to vote for Trump. You're next. And we can do it. You know why? Because you wouldn't dare lift a finger against us. That's what you're saying. And that is the fear I have. The choices we have are let them post implicit death threats in context. We get what they're saying and we can't prosecute them, or decide to cross that line and say, we understand your intent. That's a terroristic threat and you will go to jail for it.
So, do you believe hate speech is a thing?
No. Well, yes, it is.
Okay, because on this point, I wanted to follow up with you on something that Pam Bondi said on this, though, because
hate speech is real. Hate speech is free speech. You are allowed to have speech in which is hateful. So let's define hate speech. Hate speech is typically defined in a broad sense as language that demeans or rides protected categories. It exists. And we can give a broad name to the behavior. That's fine. Now, whether we make that illegal, that's wrong.
That's distinct from like people calling from violence. Hate
Indeed.
speech is distinct from that. Okay, because there's this.
Let's pull up the Pam Bondi hate speech thing, and so we can move on before I lose my mind.
Because that's.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.